There's a lot of excitement going into 2025 associated with the India story, with the Indonesia story, and there was a sense that these are strong economies with strong domestic secular trends going for them, and that ought to protect them from the externalities, from the tariff headwinds. It's a very different situation now, and India and Indonesia seem to have fallen out of favour. What's behind that, in your opinion?
For the time being, yeah. And part of it is China. We're now suddenly excited about China, and there's a giant sucking sound, if you will, from Asian-based investors who are investing, India versus China and Indonesia, and now saying, oh, I haven't, I need to re-up my China thing, and where do I sell? So and it's a little bit of that reshuffle going on. And the other thing is, it's a tech world still, right? It's a U.S. equity rally last 2 years was tech-driven. Yeah. Now in China, it's largely tech-driven. And it's not that Indonesia, for example, India have necessarily a big AI ecosystem that's listed. And so they're a bit kind of the sectoral stories there as well. But make no mistake, India is going to come back. Indonesia has a bit more challenge on their hands. I know you're smiling.
Yes,
you want to talk about Indonesia.
I want to get a line from you on this, Fred. And I think Sri was sort of hinting at it, but I want to go full in on this, right? The market is going... it's losing its mind right now, right? We saw the price reaction yesterday, right, on this chatter that Sri Mulyani may be resigning. And if there's one person that I can think of who, for Indonesia, has been, and is still their debt brake, right, it's Sri Mulyani.
Yeah, look, she's been there for many, many years, and she's sort of, for financial market, particularly overseas investor, that guarantor of fiscal, kind of discipline, if you will. Yeah. And there is, of course, a risk that if she were to depart, who would be next, and would we see some fiscal slippage? A little bit overdone, these fears, because Indonesia actually has a very strong fiscal position at the moment. So it's not as if by tomorrow we'd see massive budget deficits and unsustainable debt. Indonesia has quite a bit of runway here. But of course, it's something that investors are watching closely, particularly overseas investors. Sri Mulyani has been very good communicating with markets, very strong relationship. And so in emerging markets, it's often, about policy credibility that's sort of anchored within personalities within the government.
Very much so, yeah.